Okay, so today we're gonna do Bela Lugosi's "Dead" by Bauhaus. I've heard one song by this band before. I did one reaction, and then people were requesting this song because it was mentioned in that reaction. I thought, well, it's been a minute, so why not do it today? And it is a 9.5 minute song, so I thought, let's get crazy, man. Let's do it. So yeah, we're gonna listen to this and see. Listen to its entirety and see what's going on afterwards. So let's go. That was a little dark, which I would expect. I like all the random sounds.
White on white, translucent like capes, back on the rack.
Forgot a voice was gonna come in.
Bela Lugosi's dead, the bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled, red velvet lines, the black box. Bela Lugosi's dead. Bela Lugosi's dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. The virginal brides file past his tomb. Still many times their flowers bereft in deathly bloom. Alone in a darkened room, the Count. Bela Lugosi's dead. Bela Lugosi's dead.
I like the simple drumming. Speeding up. Almost sounds like construction. Okay. So, Bela Lugosi's Dead by Bauhaus. So, yeah, my goodness. Like I said, 9.5 minute song and a lot to go through here, I guess. Well, maybe not a lot, but, obviously, I would say, since I do know that this band was kind of a, Gothic band, obviously there was parts of that in the song, kind of, which I did. I was reading a little bit about the song while the song was going because it was so long, and I was just thinking, well, let me just see something here. And I was also taking in the music still, but I just wanted to read a little bit. And obviously, it was saying that this song brought together, some like people like goths and vampires, whatever, people that like that kind of stuff. And I guess not vampires. I guess vampires not really many around these days. But yeah, it's just brought together many people that probably didn't feel, I guess, that they were kind of not the same as others or whatever. Because it's music. I mean, it's kind of unconventional, and what it's like I said, the sounds. I really liked every sound. The drums as well. Like I said, some simple drumming. The bass line was huge, which I mean was out throughout the whole song. It was just so good. And like I said as well, the vocals, when they came in, I was surprised because I forgot that a voice is probably going to come through here soon, because I was just like mesmerized by the music. And yeah, so Peter Murphy on vocals. And I always think with his vocals, I like the effects on this one where it was kind of repeated, or there was an echo, I guess, of his voice. And it was just, he was cutting through. It was like, I don't know, I just really liked the effect they had on his vocals, and it just made it sound even more kind of like, I wouldn't say psychedelic because I don't know, that was like the 60s or whatever. But yeah, it was like just, yeah, unconventional. It was an uneasy feeling, I could say as well. And Daniel Ash on guitars. And I really liked when I was going to say the cars, when the guitars came through, just again, uneasy feeling. And I didn't know if he was going to, if I guess David J is on bass, if Daniel was going to come through and just, start, guitaring up a storm, as they say. And yeah, I didn't know if there was going to be a big riff coming or something, and screeching from a guitar or not, but there wasn't too much of that in here. I was just, again, there's just, I don't know what's going to happen. And again, with David J on the bass, like I said, huge bass line in this throughout the whole song, which kind of kept the song together, and I liked that a lot. And then Kevin Haskins on drums. He was probably the most prominent figure for me in the song with his drumming. And I would say, since I'm a Doors fan, whatever, he reminded me of John Densmore in the way that I know John Densmore was influenced by bossa nova, and I feel like there was a little bit of bossa nova in here. And again, it's kind of, it's a different style, and I thought the song altogether was just a different style. It sounded like a different style to me as well. And yeah, I mean, it really kept my attention for the 9.5 minutes. 9.5 minutes. And honestly, when I looked at the time, I was surprised that it was almost over. Yeah, so released in 1979, it is often considered the first gothic rock record. So again, this is pretty huge, like I was saying, for, people, I mean, goths. I mean, you had punk, I guess, and I guess punk was kind of a, offset of, to what goth became, I guess. But yeah, you had people that didn't feel the same as others and liked different music and liked, I guess, darker themes, black and all this stuff. And you think about, obviously, what this whole song's about, Bela Lugosi. I mean, I know he was the actor, and he played Count Dracula in Dracula in 1931. I see it says here. And yeah, so obviously, I mean, Bela Lugosi's dead. And I do want to read some facts here from Song Facts. I mean, this video is going to be long enough already because it's a 9.5 minute song. But anyway, it says bass player David J wrote the song's lyrics after binging on vampire movies that were showing on TV in England. He and guitarist Daniel Ash were both watching these films and got to talking about them one day on the phone, and when they were setting up rehearsal. The next day, the conversation was in his head, and David started writing lyrics on the topic. In an interview, he explained, "I came up with the first line, white on white, translucent black capes back on the rack." So again, white on white, we got black. I mean, black and white, I think about the movie that was in black and white. I mean, it's just these themes here that really work with the song. And he said, and it was like, oh, isn't this interesting? And it's so descriptive. It is about the vampire. It's also about the actor. It's about retiring from the part, but then sort of plays with the idea. And I do know that Bela Lugosi, although, afterwards, he tried to get away from, I guess, like those kind of roles, those kind of horror roles. But I mean, once you play, Count Dracula, and that movie was so, I guess, sought after, popular, I think it was like he was kind of typecasted into, horror roles, which he I don't know if it says he cared or not, but he tried to do other roles, but everyone liked him for horror, and I guess that would be a hard part. But obviously he was very much with the whole horror movement, especially in 1931. I remember there was another movie around 1931, M, I think it was called. And yeah, just those 30s and 40s horror movies are just something to see. Anyway, it goes on. It says it's about retiring from the part, but then he sort of plays on that idea. A vampire can never retire from being a vampire because that's for eternity, which kind of, like I said, goes along with Bela Lugosi. You can't really retire from being the vampire. You're gonna be that person for the rest of your life. Basically, people are gonna remember you for being Count Dracula. Anyway, this was the first single from Bauhaus, so this is quite the first single. The song, which is a very, very dark 9-minute epic on the death of a vampire, is considered the true start of the Gothic subculture. The song's horror-esque lyrics, along with the many eerie effects and monotone sounds, were standard for the rise of Gothic music. So this is really cool, actually, to listen to, because it's one of the first Goth songs. And I mean, I'm not too much into Goth music, I guess, but I am a fan of stuff like this, and I do really appreciate what this band did for that. And especially, it's just cool to listen to this as one of the pillars for Goth music that I didn't know, and I didn't know this band was so sought after as well. And yeah, I mean, like it said there, this the whole horror-esque lyrics and the eerie effects and sounds, that's a great word for it, because it was pretty eerie, and like I said, it was uneasy. And yeah, I mean, my God, the song was just so good altogether. And it was just, I know before someone got mad at me for saying, but it was a trip. I mean, it's 9.5 minutes. You're just you're lost in the sounds and the words. Even if there was no words, I mean, it was almost like the song didn't need words. It was just so creepy already. But of course, you come in with his voice, and it just cuts through as well. It's just such a nice, I guess, maybe not nice, it's such a monumental tune, I guess, from what I've learned so far here. And yeah, my goodness. So anyway, I do want to say, Lugosi died in 1956, 23 years before the song was released. So I was wondering when he died. So yeah, the first Gothic rock single, Bela Lugosi's Dead. And I just love, Bela Lugosi. It's just a fun name to say. I don't know. It's as simple as that. And obviously, Bauhaus has left their mark. And yeah, my goodness. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I don't want to go too much longer. I mean, like I said, this video is long enough already, and I think I've said everything I wanted to say, and I don't want to mumble on too much more. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, and I really appreciate the request for Bauhaus, because I am really liking what I'm hearing from this band. The whole darkness and just the uneasiness, and just keeps me on my toes. So I always like that feeling. And yeah, again, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you guys again soon.